Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another Title Town Hall. We have a great video today. Looks like we have a little broadcast issue right at the beginning there. Hopefully it continues on, or we'll restart the server here. But welcome back to another fantastic episode. Today we are going to have on a very special guest, my friend Jason Talley from Clear Choice Tax and Lien Service, which is our lien search company. So we're going to talk a little bit about the services they provide, the impact of COVID-19, and a couple other things here. So Jason, welcome to the show today.
Hey Kevin, thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So tell me a little bit about how, well, first let's talk about Clear Choice. Who is Clear Choice?
Clear Choice is a 2004 established company I founded myself. I was working in the title industry. Right around that time, it became apparent that we needed to have a third-party vendor. The attorney that I was working for, Walter Blake, helped set me up a corporation, and I started providing our own lien searches internally and to some of the companies that were surrounding us in the Coral Springs area. That blossomed really fast as there was a huge need for lien search and nobody was really doing it. So by July, which was only a few months after we opened up the company, I split ways with the attorney and opened up my first office. And since there, we've just been growing every single year ever since, doing majority of what we do is municipal lien search. We also do HOA estoppel letters and a couple other ancillary services which help get the closings happening for you guys.
Awesome. Well, we thank you. So for those of you that are watching, you can do live comments. Please share the video, like it, leave us some comments. We'll try and get to as many live comments as we can. But Clear Choice is our go-to lien search company. You know, they handle a lot of our third-party vendor services that we order in our industry. You can see here on the website. You know, we utilize them for a lot of our closings. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, we're going to get to the big thing about how the impact of COVID-19 is affecting our industry and what that means for both of our services. But what I wanted to do is just kind of do a little bit of take you back a little bit to talk about the difference between a title search and a lien search. So I'm going to talk about title search. You'll talk about lien search. And what the mysterious thing that people realize is I'm not sure why they call Jason's product a lien search when it doesn't check for liens. It checks for items that could, I guess, potentially be liened in the future, and where a title search searches for liens. So from a title search, we're going to be checking the public record for anything that's recorded against the legal description. It could be a lien, a judgment, foreclosures, bankruptcies, HOA issues, anything open mortgages, divorce agreements, you know, things that would actually be recorded in the public record. And that's called the title search. So we're checking the root of title. And then when we flip over to Jason, we order what's called a lien search. And something to remember is the products and services that Jason provides to a title company have nothing to do with title insurance. We could close a deal without his products or services. So Jason, give them a little bit of an idea about what type of items you search when we talk about liens that aren't actually liens.
Absolutely. Some of the huge things that started off the industry would be the open permit searches, which obviously has never been a title issue. You can have an open permit on your house and have that not affect title, or be something that a buyer or seller, anybody can go back against a title insurance policy. But it's a huge part of what we do at Clear Choice. There are a good amount of files, over 30%, that are going to have issues that involve either some type of a code or an open permit issue. The idea being there is that you're buying a house that has an open permit for a roof that's never been inspected. And the perceived value of a brand new roof of $25,000 that's been done improperly and actually might need to be torn down is a huge detriment to the buyer coming into a property. Code enforcement violations, overgrown yards, you know, things that were dumped on the sidewalks, trailer parks that were put in the wrong spot, things like that are going to be violated, can actually turn into a lien. It does take a fair amount of time, but you would then pull that lien in public record. And then what we would be doing as part of our lien search is actually getting you guys the payoff for that city located lien. So city of Coral Springs, city of Parkland would lien, place that in public record. And then our lien search would, in additional to finding what's going on with the property, would also give a payoff for those lien items. So there's a little bit of crossover there, but mostly unrecorded items that could potentially become a lien is what we're looking at.
And it could potentially become a lien for those viewers that are watching out here, and know that these lien search matters are not covered by title insurance. They typically do need to be uncovered within the inspection period. In that new contract we talked about, which isn't really new anymore, but it does explain in the contract that a lot of these items need to be uncovered within that inspection period, which is why a lot of the attorneys drafted language that talks about excluding the services that you're searching for, excluding them from the standard inspection period and making them the seller's responsibility to remedy at their cost, obviously prior to closing. So it's very, very important for the people that are watching to understand the difference between a title search and a lien search and what is actually searched for in the services that you're offering. Let's flip to the association. We've had a few files where we have gotten underwriting approval to close without what's called an estoppel certificate from the homeowners association. Obviously, that's separate from if the homeowners association requires an approval, but due to COVID-19, that is one of the caveats. We did get permission to be able to close without an estoppel. But tell the viewers a little bit, what is an estoppel? What do you order it for? What shows on it?
It's going to be another item that's going to come up that people need to make sure that they have paid. There could be special assessments placed against properties for the HOA issues, which is going to be the maintenance fees and any of the updates. If there's a general insurance policy and something happens like a hurricane and the roofs need to be replaced, and that's going to be assessed as a special assessment. So once again, coming in to protect yourself as a buyer, finding out that the property that you're taking over, which has dues that attach to the property, is always great to know. You want to know that they're not in arrears. It can also potentially show the financial position of the HOA company and any type of overages that they've been collecting to put towards things like future paint jobs on, depending on the type of units, townhomes versus just a regular single-family homeowners association. But those types of issues are going to pop up, and then you're going to be taking over a property that may or may not have those amounts due, and then you would get stuck paying them. So once again, we're finding things out that are going to make you more whole as a buyer, and what you're paying for is what you get when we do these types of searches.
Also, remember, at Independence Title, we're on top of our game. So we've been strategizing even prior to COVID-19 on a lot of the things like online remote notarization and e-recording we've been doing since 2013. So a lot of these things that are up and coming because of COVID-19, we've already been doing. And one of the new things that we've talked about, and it's how to navigate the strategy of being able to close a deal without a lien search or an estoppel, due to the reason which we're going to talk about next, which is everyone's on lockdown. So if everyone's on lockdown, what do we do if nobody's working and nobody can provide the services? Now, don't get scared for those of you that are watching. Most municipalities are still open. They're just closed to the public like we are at the office. We had an attorney actually call us today and said he's coming in with his seller to close the deal. And we're like, no, you're not. He's like, yes, I am. I'm driving from Miami. I'm like, even more of a reason you're not coming in. I said, have you watched the cases in Miami? We're almost at 10,000. I said, unfortunately, our office is closed to the public due to the safety and well-being of our staff. We want to make sure they can stay as safe as possible and as healthy as possible. I'll be happy to put up a folding table outside to do the closing should you wish, but nobody's entering our office. So that goes to the next topic we're going to talk about a little bit is what if the municipality is closing? What are you seeing as far as are they closed? Are they not closed? Maybe kind of a little bit of a percentage of what you're seeing with the scare in the market when it comes to not, because a lot of title companies will say, if we can't get a lien search or an estoppel, we're not closing, where we're a little bit more on the forefront of it. And we look at the risk and look at the deal to see, does it make sense? Is it something we can close or not? But what are you seeing out there? How COVID-19 is affecting maybe some of these cities and counties?
Yeah, we've had everything across the board. We've got where there's one department within a city that's not going to be providing results as to, that's just how they operate their business, or maybe they're more in front of the general public, permitting departments. Some people close down, then come back online. A majority of people like us at Clear Choice, we've moved over 95% of our staff onto a remote capability, but we don't have a lot of visitors doing what we do. We're more of a search provider. So we keep a list going. I know, Kevin, you're aware of this, that we've been sending it to you. We've been doing blast emails with changes. We've got things like Dania Beach coming on board, and then a week later they'll come off. So everything's constantly evolving. We're trying to get the best information out there. We have a page on our website. It's the taxandlien.com that you were alluding to earlier in your slide there, /city closures, as things happen there. I update those manually. We also do a blast that's a little bit color-coded, red being not open for business, yellow, they're doing things at a slowed pace. But I think most of them at this point have gotten a lot of those issues under hand, and they're capable of working at a little bit of a reduced pace at this time.
Also, and we have that list every day. It comes into our email. So if anyone has any questions, everyone wants to know who's open, who's closed. But if you're not doing a deal in that city, it doesn't really matter at this point. But feel free to reach out to us. We do have that daily spreadsheet and our email blast that we can send out, notifying you of who's open, who's closed for those of you that do have questions. As always, don't forget, like and share this video with someone who may be in your database, maybe on social media. So this way you can get it into the hands of someone that is in our profession. Maybe it's even another title company, and we can introduce them to Jason and his services, because he's our go-to person when it comes to doing all of our lien searches and estoppels here in Florida. So one of the things I do want to mention as well, don't forget, we've been getting a large amount of people emailing in. You see down below, you can email david@titlerate.com. If you'd like to get a free copy of Rest of Your Business, now more than ever, now is the time. I've sat with Jason. I talk to him often. We talk about the PPP loan. We talk about a lot of the SBA stuff, what's going on in the market, some of the challenges that we're seeing in the market. So we consult with each other often. And now more than ever, you want to pick up a copy of that book. It's a free book. We're happy to mail it out to you. I have the inventory sitting in the office. So if we can get it out to you, it's better to serve you than to sit here and wait one day for it to be sold and someone to buy it. So I'd rather get it in your hands. But it's all about talking about the challenges that we're running into. So let's end with that a little bit. I know you have a fantastic marketer that goes out to tons of events. If you follow your Instagram and your Facebook, I mean, it's always some live event somewhere on her Instagram stories. We probably could have brought her on this to talk a little bit about it, but now there's no events. So what are you seeing as far as market conditions? Obviously, your office, you're fully operational. Yes, we're all feeling a little bit of a downturn, a little bit of a cut in the standard of what we're used to, but we adjust to that because we're successful entrepreneurs. We adapt to the ups and downs of the market. But what are you seeing as far as events out there? Because now obviously there's no more events. What's the new norm?
I mean, like everybody else has become aware of these Zoom meetings, people doing after hours cocktails, some of the networking groups that we generally travel in those circles, you'll tons of invites in there to get out and do some type of a Zoom networking. It's obviously not the same as being in front of people. It's driving Christine, our marketing rep, absolutely crazy. She loves to be in front of the people. She's a genuine people person, and she wants to be out there, she cares about people, and not being able to see those people and get in front of them and meet new people and just rehash friendships in person with our clientele, which is what she's spectacular at, is it's killing her. She's not a happy camper these days.
Yeah, it's tough, no events anymore. And people are doing all of these Zoom calls. And, in one sense, I mean, someone like me or you, a Zoom call would probably be great because we can cut out some of the travel time and some of the wasted time. You can get on a call with someone that you want to do business with and get to know them a little bit via Zoom. So, it could actually be very beneficial to someone like you or me, but definitely for the marketer that's out there and their sole business is building relationships with industry professionals. And this is definitely a killer for the market. Last thing I want to end on is what can my viewers do for you? What can we do to help you? Obviously, besides ordering some lien searches, what are your target? Who are you looking to meet? Because obviously we have a lot of real estate agents and a lot of investors that should be closing with me. Not sure why you don't, but if you don't close with me, there's definitely an opportunity here. So tell them a little bit about how they can help you.
Absolutely. I mean, the people that we want to work with mostly are going to be the real estate attorney, title companies, the Kevins of the world, the people who are on top of their game, are doing a great business, providing a service for their clients, and appreciate a lien search company who's going to be really caring about the service end as well as the turnarounds and the final product, and an ability to stand behind what we do. I mean, we're accountable for a part of the title search, and we do hundreds of these every single day. And so, we're looking for those people who are going to be able to, understand that, how we want to provide the best service possible. We are obviously, like you said, as an entrepreneur, we've shifted our business models. Our biggest problem now is that we do twice a day courier delivery, And sometimes at these cities, you can't give people the checks to get them started on their lien searches. I mean, so, we're adjusting, but definitely the people who are doing the deals, the title companies of the world, we've been around since, I said, 2004. I've been doing this. We're constantly getting better. Our turn times up until recently were the best that they've ever been. Obviously a slowdown now based off of some of the things we've talked about with the closures and the departments not being available. But those are the people we want to work with. If you're like Kevin and you own your own title company, then call me as well.
Awesome. And real estate attorneys, let's be clear, you do a lot of work for real estate attorneys as well. Not just title companies, but obviously attorneys that do a large amount of business are good clients for you. Anything else? Any last words here as we wrap it up?
No, I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about what we do. One final thing, a huge thing that we do is over my left shoulder. All the lien searches that we do, we donate money for the adoption of dogs. Thank goodness with COVID, one of the main things that, I'll pull that up since you're zooming in on me. So we work directly with the Humane Society of Broward County, and a portion of every single search goes towards providing those animals with a adoption. And we also promote the pets that have been sticking around for a long time, people who can't find a home. Kind of our mission. Haven't been super busy with that lately because everybody wants an animal when they're stuck in their house, and we've done really well with getting our dogs placed. But that's just one of those little things that adds a little bit to what we do, makes us happy. It's my project. We're super passionate about it, and besides providing lien searches, that's just another facet of what Clear Choice does.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to hop on the call today in order to kind of educate people a little bit about what to look for in the market. We have guests every single day, so look forward to our 3 p.m. Live. We're going to go live with a different guest, hopefully almost every day if we can. But we have some great people lined up. I believe tomorrow we're going to have on a hard money lender, and I think later in the week we're going to have someone on talking about I believe virtual tours on homes and stuff. So that's kind of a new thing. So you guys are very welcome out there. I see all the comments. You're very, very welcome. I'm glad we can help get you through these tough challenges. One of the things that I did learn from 2018 is definitely how to better navigate through tough economic times. And we didn't know whether it was going to be the crash of 2020, 2021, or was it going to be a global pandemic that literally just hits you overnight. And now we have to figure out how to change our business model in order to be a little bit more successful. So as I said, if you want to get a copy of the book, email David@TitleRate.com. He'll be happy to put a copy in the mail. But Jason, thank you very much. Jason's not only provides our lien searches, he's a neighbor of mine, and he's a friend of mine. So I thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know you have your daughter doing a little dance competition, so you want to get back to that. But thank you for taking the time to go live with us and make a difference in our community. So I appreciate it. Have a great day, Jason. Stay safe out there. Keep that family safe. And I look forward to seeing you as soon as COVID-19 passes.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me again.
You're welcome.